Welcome back to Two Girls, One Bong, the podcast that is better when you're stoned, but it's okay if you are not. My name is MacDizzle.
And I'm Joya.
Let's dive on
in.
One day we're going to get the dive on in.
Like
synced
perfect.
Up. Yeah, it'll be synced up.
And then hopefully we'll do it perfectly every time after that. But
that's my hope.
One day.
Right. So wait,
day.
Joya, you can see my screen, right? Is it show you? Can you see my mic on your screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's all I want to know.
Yeah, just a little corner right there.
In the little corner.
There we go.
So how are you doing today, my lovely friend? Your arm is looking significantly better than last week.
It's so much better, but that shit, the fucking Band-Aid.
The human body, man.
Fucking crazy, right?
You're just regenerating your skin. Just like Wolverine, the superhero. He does that just fast.
Right.
Like he basically is just a human and when he works extra fast.
It's just, yeah, exactly. And I think you and I and Adam had talked about one time how dogs have they have an enzyme
in their mouth that helps kill bacteria and
healing properties.
Yeah.
We were joking, like, what if just with one lick of a dog's tongue, you're fucking
healed?
Yeah.
That would be sick. That
right?
would be dope.
I definitely do. This shit is like, I sleep on my stomach, and so it's in the perfect spot that, lays right down. It's like the worst. It's just a terrible, terrible spot, but it's a lot better.
I heard that I also sleep on my stomach, so I'm not speaking from a high horse, but I heard that sleeping on your stomach is bad for your titties.
It's bad for everything, to be honest.
Bad for your back, your skin, your titties, everything.
Literally, it's so your back, your neck, like everything. I saw on Twitter, a tweet that was like, this is the best sleeping position. And it was like, on your stomach with one leg up. Like one leg.
It's the worst.
No, I'm like, I know, like I'll lay like that for a minute. And then I realized
my back starts to hurt after a little while.
Exactly. Your back starts to hurt. I'm like, how can somebody sleep like that all through the night? But no. It is comfortable for a minute.
Yeah.
But no, I'm like this with arms like this and legs straight. But it's terrible.
I'm always on the side with a pillow between my legs.
Yes. I actually recently started doing that. Recently, I guess in the past couple of years of my life, because I was never a side sleeper, but the pillow between the legs makes it much more comfortable.
Oh my god.
And side sleeping.
How do you sleep with your knobby knees rubbing against each other? Like anyone who sleeps on their side without a pillow between their legs is a sociopath, and I don't trust them.
Adam does.
Oh my god, he's a sociopath and he can't be trusted. Leave. 100%. Run from the house now. He's coming in to kill you.
I think that might be his plan, to be honest.
It's a long getting that con. Fucking been sticking with that plan for years now.
You taking a bong rip already? I want one too. Hey listeners, if you have a bong rip packed, fucking take that shit.
That was my first hit of the day.
Really? This will be mine too. Look at us. Look at that.
And it's 11.
I would just like to mention to the podcast this morning, for those of us who didn't see my story, you may have heard of the internet phenomenon that is 2 girls, 1 cup.
LOL. Well, I mean, if you've heard of 2 girls, 1 bong, you've heard of 2 girls, 1 cup.
No, right? Some people, I feel like, well, no, you're right. I mean, most people over the age of 21, 22 have heard of 2 girls, 1 cup.
I wonder if my sister knows what 2 girls. Want me to call her and find out if she knows?
Honestly, yes.
Let's find out.
Does Gen Z? Yeah, does Gen Z know about 2 girls, 1 cup? An experiment in the form of Rachel.
Hello?
Hey, Queen. Are you at work?
No.
Well, I have a really important question for you.
Okay.
Have you heard of the video 2 girls, 1 cup?
Yeah.
She's heard of it. Have your friends heard of it?
Yes.
So Gen Z is fully aware of this phenomenon.
Have they watched it?
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
No.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you so much.
No, why are you asking this?
I'm on a podcast, right? We're podcasting.
Conducting an experiment.
We didn't know if Gen Z knew what 2 girls, 1 cup was. I argued that everyone knows what that is.
Yeah, isn't that what 2 girls, 1 bong would play off of?
Yes! See, little sister knows. She was too easy. We gotta find a random Gen Z.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Bye.
That was funny. We also have a video. Is that on YouTube or the WeedTube?
of us reacting
watching
to it. It's on WeedTube. There's a WeedTube. So on this site right here, if you're listening right now, I want you to know you can watch us. You can watch us on our full glory on the WeedTube. We have other videos on there as well. So if you're having like a bored day, just go fucking watch it. Even if you've already seen them recently, go rewatch them.
Go re-see them.
Recently them.
I can't believe we watched that. I mean, although I did watch it when I think I was like 11 years old.
How far did we make it into it? I don't think we made it very far.
Literally like 5 fucking seconds. Like
we made I think it was like maybe 15 seconds in, and then later I accidentally opened my laptop and that's what it was open to.
I forgot about that.
It was not cute.
Oh my god, it's so funny because when we were filming it, MacDizzle was doing the editing at the time, and I was like, oh, we should screen record the video. And she was like, bitch, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, you think I'm gonna
sit there and edit 2 Girls 1 Cup? You think I'm gonna edit 2 Girls 1 Cup? No.
Oh, fuck.
Delusion, darling. Delusion.
I feel like, well, obviously we are amazingly entertaining. We're just wonderful human beings who everyone loves. But also, in the beginning of our YouTube career,
the name was
shock
helpful.
Value. Yes. The shock value of 2 Girls 1. Everybody was like,
no, because there's a bunch of 2 Girls 1 everything now. People are all like, I'm cute, but we made it cute. Let's be very clear.
We made it socially
used to
acceptable.
troll us for having the name. People used to be like, oh, wait, like 2 Girls 1 Cup grows. Like,
and some people would comment
us.
like, to what, like almost as if like we didn't know that was the word play, like, and I would just like to give it up to my friend MacDizzle for wholly and completely coming up with that name.
What's crazy is I didn't have an idea for the show. I came up with the name of it first. Like, I just knew I didn't want to do it by myself, and I was like a child of the internet. Hi, cute. Right. I can't play with your ball right now. So 2 Girls 1 Cup was just, or 2 Girls 1 Bong was easy. I'm surprised nobody did it before me with something else, because there was literally no 2 Girls 1 anything. Nobody was doing that. So
remember that every single time that you see 2 Girls 1, literally anything on the internet, people were gagging when we told them our name.
We walked so they could run.
Yeah. Okay? Period.
Please go away.
Give it up to the fucking OGs.
Be doing this, okay? Go.
Not to be conceited or anything, but we definitely are very much trailblazers, trendsetters.
We blazed that trail, bitch.
The fuck out of that trail.
I want to take another bong rip.
Okay.
Is there anything new happening with you?
You know, I've been thinking recently that I know I said on the last episode that I'm down to like get more like candid and open, and I do have some pretty giant news that you definitely know of that I have not shared with the internet yet.
Well, share it with the internet right now as I pack my bowl.
Only the podcasters, though. I literally don't. Well, as many of you know, well, I think some of you at least know that I moved to Texas so that I could become a homeowner. That was a huge goal of ours. And in July, so it's October? Dang, I'm pretty good at keeping secrets. Since July, we bought a house in July, and they're building it. It's a new build. It's 60% done right now, MacDizzle. The walls are up.
That's amazing. I want you to, I'm literally coming out as soon as, whatever. I will come look at the bare walls right now.
Yes, I need you to.
Like, deadass.
Originally, it was supposed to be done. Well, they originally said December, January timeline, and then they changed it to February, and then they were like, oh, it might even be later than that. But right now, they're 60% done with it, and it's only October, so it's looking pretty fucking good.
I know that there's shipping delays, shortages, things of that nature, which I'm wondering.
Right. Have you seen the photos of the Long Beach port?
Bitch, I live here.
Yeah, right. Driving through that area, if you've never driven through like the Long Beach port,
it looks like an apocalyptic.
It's like
scary. Weird. It's super weird.
Yes.
Because it's kind of like pretty but ugly. It's like the ugliest pretty thing you've ever seen.
Exactly. You can't look away. It's like marvelous, but in a weird, like
in an industrious kind of human way.
Like almost like in an what is that? I Am Legend type of
like vibe. Apocalyptic, like deadass.
Apocalyptic.
Like if the apocalypse happened, there would be everything would look like that. I don't know how, but everything would change into shipping containers.
That's part of the apocalypse.
Yeah,
That's
your
a
house
contingency.
just changes. It just changes.
Well, shit. Okay, I was gonna say bong rips. Speaking of bong rips, our topic today is drugs. So we're gonna take a little baby break, and when we get back, we will get right on into it.
Drugs, man. Bring your drugs with us. With you.
Bring your drugs.
All right, and we're back, and we're here to talk about drugs today. There's so many. Let's see how many different types of drugs we can name.
Dude, so I was going to tell you when I was looking into drugs this morning, I found it was the Alcohol and Drug Foundation. Oh, here it is. They have Dev, can you pull it up? Search Alcohol and Drug Foundation drug wheel. Have you seen a color wheel?
Yeah.
So they have
all the drugs on it.
Yes, it's like it's like a pie chart of drugs. And there's certain ones that I didn't know that existed.
Oh yeah, because there's pharmaceuticals. There's a ton of pharmaceuticals on there, and that's
and then there's pharmaceuticals that fall into either the stimulant or the depressant.
Oh my god.
And then there's opioids.
Yeah, there's just
opioids
so many
are separate from depressants.
Most drugs available aren't on the street. That's what I actually need to realize right now is the street drugs I can name: crack, cocaine, meth, heroin, weed, what's the ketamine?
Oh, that's a prescription drug.
It is prescription still, so it's kind of hard to there's the drug whale. Hey,
yeah, no, that's not. We can't see it too well. There's one that's you can click on it and so. MDMA, ecstasy and Molly, have their own section that I didn't know. Yes. And pathogens.
What drugs? Yeah. So let's talk about what drugs we've tried. I'll tell you what drugs I've tried if you tell me what drugs you've tried.
I'm ready.
I've tried, obviously, weed. Well, I don't really consider weed a drug.
No,
but
when we're talking about drugs,
I'm talking about real drugs.
No.
I've done
real drugs, right?
I've done coke. I've done ecstasy, I've done shrooms, I've done Molly, and I've done acid.
That's a nice solid 5, all 5 fingers.
Yeah.
I think that's probably where I'm at too.
I think you're at this. I don't think you've tried anything I haven't tried.
I don't think so either. I haven't ever tried ketamine, which is another party one.
Oh, and I've done Xanax, but that's
Xanax, right?
Over the counter.
But so are we counting prescription drugs? Because I know you've tried Adderall as well.
Well, I was prescribed Adderall.
Exactly.
It wasn't a fun thing for me.
No.
But yeah, I've done Adderall, codeine. I really like codeine.
Oh my god. Okay. I definitely also like that's an opioid.
Yeah. No, opioids are lit. That's why I can't take them ever.
So I'm not a huge fan of them. I felt like every opioid I've ever taken. So what? Okay. So we have codeine. Oh my god. There's a lot of codeine, heroin, methadone,
fentanyl,
opium, oxy. The only one on there that I've ever tried is codeine.
I've only ever tried codeine from that list.
But that stuff, I feel first of all, I felt like it was just a really intense edible. Yes, I didn't feel that different.
But but the thing is, you can take a cute little nap on it, and you wake up not feeling like you just took an edible.
See, no, I feel like the opposite. I felt like when I woke up the day after, I was so groggy, and I also felt like my muscles were sore. After the first time I ever drank lean, I woke up and my muscles were
You tried lean?
Tight. Yeah. Dude, let me tell you about the first time I tried lean.
So you have tried things I haven't done.
Okay, you never tried lean before?
No, I've never tried lean.
But it's just codeine or there's another type of drug that they put in there. It's
the liquid. I've never had lean.
But if you tried codeine, then it's the same feeling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just I mean, they just put it in syrup form. But the first time I ever tried it was with a guy that I was dating before, and his friends were drinking it. And there was they drank most of the cup. Everybody shared the cup, or maybe 3 people shared the cup. There was this much. So I'd say maybe an inch and a half left of liquid in the cup. And so I was like, oh, I'll just take that little bit at the end. And so I drank it all.
It was like mostly
chugged it.
that.
Exactly. It was all of the concentrated fucking shit that hadn't gotten well mixed in. And I didn't know. I also didn't know, like, I didn't think of it as like a really heavy drug, which I was completely wrong. But I didn't think about it like that. And so I thought that I could drive. And so I got in the car and drove after that. And I pulled over. I had another person drive because I was like, oh my God. I thought I was going to be, I didn't think I was not going to be able to drive. But I was like not okay. Like the lights, like, it was just not good.
If you're going to do drugs, you need to do them somewhere where you don't have to leave.
Right.
Like that should just be a rule that the children follow. Yeah. Be a little more knowledgeable about the side effects. Like do a little research first. Find out, is this something you actually want to try?
Right. I mean, but I also do, like, I'm not going to say I don't. Like I said, when I woke up that next morning, I was sore. And I was just kind of like, I see how people get addicted to this. Like,
yes.
I was sore. I was like, I was groggy, but I could definitely see how people are like, oh, I want to keep going on that.
Yeah. I couldn't be productive or function on it though. That wasn't a thing for me. Because I was also recovering from a surgery. So it wasn't like I was thinking in my head, oh, you need to be productive. So I was like, I'm just going to veg out on the couch. And what better way to do it than.
What surgery was it?
We're not talking about that part.
Oh, okay. Because I got it from my wisdom teeth.
You were there for that surgery.
Yeah. I got it from my wisdom teeth. And I do remember it. I mean, it made the healing process completely like nothing.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. I'll go get more removed, whatever.
Yeah, fuck it. It was totally fine. But I won't say, like, I do enjoy a little bit of lean from time to time.
Yeah. I've never tried lean. I feel like that's something I would still maybe try in my days.
Yeah. We're definitely getting candid on here. So if there's judgments, leave now.
If there's, I mean, honest, at the end of the day, like, it's not like I'm not doing drug. I smoke weed every day. That's it. And then I drink 1 to 2 times a week sometimes, not even consistently like that. That's true. 1 to 2 times a week.
For those of you who aren't watching, I'm making a very...
She doesn't believe me. You know, because some weeks I'll do it like 3 or 4, but 3 or 4 times in a week seems like a lot to me. Because I need a full day of recovery in between my drinking days. I don't. Yeah,
because we're getting old. Yeah.
Like it's also like my anxiety acts up. Like I just it's a thing for me.
Definitely. Well, yes, we know that drugs in general don't help with anxiety. Besides Xanax, which is
makes you a zombie.
Literally makes you a zombie, but I will say it sure does take that anxiety away.
Oh my God, you don't care about anything. You could be getting arrested in Costa Rica and you'd be like, whatever.
You literally you don't care about anything at all. But like I have used I definitely, like we said, there's none of these drugs that we've done that we take regularly.
Yeah, and also we're not trying to encourage anyone to go and try these things or do these things.
Absolutely.
We're just talking about them. Speaking our experience.
Yeah.
I'm not about to go find some codeine after this and look for it. No. Like that's not.
But if I bring some lean over, we'll drink it.
If one time I'm in the future, I'm at a party and somebody's like, "Yo, I got this lean," I'll be like, "I would like to take some to go. Here's my to go."
That's what I was gonna say, because I don't understand how people do shit like that in a social setting at a party.
I'm not social about it. I'm gonna go home, set up my little couch setup,
put on a really good movie,
put on Drag Race.
There you go.
And I'm just gonna lean out while I'm watching Drag Race.
Yes, I fucking love that. Well, yes, that's what. And so the whole downer thing. How many times have you done Xanax? Only a few times, right?
Like I can count it on one hand, like a handful of times. Yeah,
that shit is fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, let me tell a Xanax story, and it's not about me. It's about Adam. You'll know exactly what story I'm talking about when I get started. We took a tiny. This is when we first met. We took a tiny piece of a Xanax. Which the other thing is, you should never combine Xanax with literally anything. You're not supposed to combine drugs in general.
Don't drink. Don't.
Right. But surely enough,
we don't listen to the directions. What?
Right.
We're already taking prescriptions that aren't ours. Why would I listen to what the prescription tells me to do?
Wait, dude. Okay, wait. Sidebar. When I got that prescription for my wisdom teeth, my ex-brother-in-law, who was definitely a drug addict, I asked him if I was like, can I take it was hydrocodone, so hydros, not codeine, hydros, and God, something else that's in the same category. And I was like, can I take both of these at the same time? And he was like, well, yeah, if you want to have a good time.
If you're trying to party.
Exactly. But okay, let me get back to the Xanax story. So Adam and I had taken a little piece of a Xanax and we're drinking. This is on like a Halloween, it might be on Halloween itself. We had been drinking. We went to a party, which I don't think I've done since. Gone to like a fucking house party. We got back to his friend's house. We were in the back seat of a small SUV, like an old 4Runner. Adam was right here on my left side. I was in the middle. The person on the right side got out of the car, so I followed them because he was taking too long. And I heard, as I got out of the car, I heard this big, like, slap, like.
I don't remember this story.
Okay. Well, I run over to the other, thinking, I don't know what happened to him, but something happened. I run over to the other side of the car. This motherfucker is on the ground, face down, feet still in the car, whole body on the ground, face planted, got out of the car without his legs, got out of the car, head and shoulders first, no legs, didn't need them for whatever reason.
They were unnecessary at that point.
Yeah, no, he didn't need them. And then he had this absolutely massive gash right on his cheekbone. That was, you've definitely heard this story.
I've not heard this. I feel like maybe you told it to me a long, long time ago.
Yeah. It was a long time. I mean, it was like 4 years ago. So
yeah.
But yeah, he had this giant gash, probably, I mean, as high and wide as the cheekbone goes. It was big. And I don't know how he has no scar, but that shit was fucking insane. And then as he was, I came and found him and I was like, oh, are you okay?
Good, bro.
And I took a video. I was taking a Snapchat and he saw it in the reflection of my phone and was like, what happened? Like, do not fucking talk. And he thought somebody had done that to his face. He didn't think it was himself.
It was like me the next morning after I had that really drunk incident.
Yes. Where you fought with the wall. Head-butted the wall.
I lost that fight.
Yeah.
To be clear.
See, but that just proves how alcohol can be, oh my God, like just as strong as a freaking
I've never blacked out on a drug, and I've blacked out on alcohol all the time.
You never blacked out on a drug?
No.
On Xanax? You're not taking it enough times.
No.
Yeah.
You say, yeah.
That just makes me black out every time.
I've never blacked out.
Okay, let's go down the list. So what other ones did you say you've done? Oh, go ahead.
That's it. I told you all the ones.
No, yeah, you did, but we haven't talked about them. We talked about Xanax and codeine.
Oh, okay. Xanax, codeine. I've tried ecstasy and Molly.
Yes.
So I used to really enjoy ecstasy and Molly. It used to be something that like was a fun thing for me, and I like was social and had a good time and liked music. And then I don't know what happened. I turned 24 and all of a sudden, I tried ecstasy one night, or it was Molly. I think it was Molly. I think I can't try either. At that point, ecstasy might have been better, but Molly was just such a heavy, like, body, like, slump. I've tried ecstasy and Molly.
Those are fun.
Those used to be, I used to fucking love that shit. The first time I tried ecstasy, I was at a friend's house, and, like, they knew how to do light shows with, like, little gloves on their hands. Yeah. They were fucking sick as fuck. And they just gave me light shows all night and played like the coolest techno music. I've never heard anything more beautiful in my entire life.
Yeah.
I sent you a really funny TikTok about the song Levels. You remember that song by Calvin Harris? I'm gonna play it for you. I can't sing it. It's an angelic tune.
Oh, you have an angelic tune.
Hold on. But it's like, this is the kind of music you need to listen to while you're on drugs. This isn't it. It's by Avicii.
Oh, Avicii. He's dead. R.I.P. Yeah,
but
he died. Do you remember that?
Do you remember the first time you heard that?
No. I don't, but I know I was in high school.
I know every time I heard it, it was
because you listened to it on drugs that one time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything more beautiful in my entire life.
Okay, wait, that just reminded me. That just reminded me that I took a video of the Doja Cat. Or did I tell you this already? That I took a video of Doja Cat singing that. Yeah, I did tell you last week. I took a video of her singing Ruby Red.
Oh yeah.
Why? Because MacDizzle said that she was on shrooms and she had a new appreciation for that song.
Acid. I was on acid.
Oh, acid.
And I heard that song. Gotcha. I was like, this one's pretty fucking dope.
This one's pretty fucking dope, dude. Okay, wait. I have terrible news. I have to pee. I know. I'm sorry. I really have to go. Just 1 second. Literally so fast. I swear.
Ecstasy, Molly. I used to have a lot of fun on them. It used to make music really fun. I don't know what's changed and what's happened, but the last time I tried Molly, I spent 4 hours in a bedroom by myself petting my dog. Like there was a party happening outside.
In your house?
It was. So we were at an Airbnb.
Oh.
And Cheech came with us, and so I just ended up going to the room with him and staying with him in the room for 4 hours while everyone else was like. It was at that one house with like they had like the tiki stuff. They had a movie theater there. It was you never came to it.
I didn't come to it.
No, you
didn't. In LA, huh? It was in
like,
LA.
It was like in the hills somewhere though. It was
yeah.
Weird,
in the
like,
LA area.
Not like the nice hills, like the bushy hills.
As in as nice as in like the actual hills.
Not like Beverly Hills or like
okay.
Like the
like Topanga or something.
Yeah, like just like
up there.
Rural. Like people had horses, there were ostriches, there were emus on that property. So
those animals probably get so fucking hot in the summertime. It gets damn hot up there.
They're dinosaurs. They're designed for something like that.
Mm.
But yeah, and that's
so you spent the whole time with Cheech.
Yeah.
Alone.
4 hours, and then I was just like just so anxious the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time. And now I can't do drugs because I wake up anxious. Like the next day.
Well, yes, like the after effects. Okay, honestly, to just be super real and candid, I literally did drugs last weekend. I went to a music festival.
Oh yeah, you did a lot of drugs this weekend.
I did Molly, which is actually my first time doing Molly in a while. I prefer ecstasy when I'm doing that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Because like you said, Molly would make me very like
just kind of like
heavy. Yeah. And I wanted to sit. And you know what? I remember once my dumb fucking ex, Joe, one time we were at a show and he was like, why do you always like, I like got like kind of tired and like put my head on his shoulder and closed my eyes. And he was like, why do you always fucking do this every single time that we do? Because that's how it made me feel. I was like tired and like heavy. We hate him, but in any case,
I just want to hit him right now.
I know he sucks, but it just it made me feel really heavy. So I tend to prefer ecstasy. I feel like it gives me more energy. But the first time I took that shit, I took a domestic. I didn't take which is like, if you're taking ecstasy, don't take a domestic. Do not take ecstasy from America. There's like no quality standards here. Not that it's legal, but the people that are making it don't care about quality here. The first time I took one was one of those. Babe. Right. But I mean, in Europe, like they care about the quality that they're putting out. There's like integrity in it. But I took a fucking domestic. It was like this tiny little circular thing. And I didn't sleep at all. The whole entire night. I did not sleep. Like not a wink.
Bro, like.
I don't know what was in there.
Oh,
that was my first time.
The thing about like buying pills off the street, you never fucking know what it's cut with, because in America, it's always cut with something. It's always cut with something. And recently they're doing fentanyl.
Dude. Okay, let's just talk about that for a second, because I feel like we just talked about this recently, and I might have even repeated, I feel like I've said this question a million times, but why the fuck? What do drug dealers get out of putting fentanyl? So it's definitely, it must be cheaper. It only takes a little tiny bit, but my fucking question is, if they're putting that in heroin, whatever, I understand, it's fucking terrible, but it does the same thing as heroin. Why are they putting that in upper drugs?
Well,
why are they putting that in cocaine? I mean, I guess, but like, what kind of drug dealer wants to kill their customers?
I don't know.
Then they won't come back. People are putting fentanyl in fake Adderall. Like, if I took an Adderall and there was a non-lethal amount of fentanyl in there and I had the effects of fentanyl, I would never take that again. I would never go back to that person. I would never, like, it just doesn't make any sense why they would put it in an upper drug. I just want to know.
It's very confusing because it makes me think that there's something strange afoot. Like the government's involved with it somehow. Because didn't they just like legalize a bunch of that shit?
Like what?
They like something with fentanyl got like a lower sentence, or like they like something with the laws of fentanyl. Like this, it like helps this situation.
I haven't heard of that.
I would definitely be interested if something happened recently.
Well, there was also 2 Chicago police officers that got arrested for distributing that fentanyl and something else, meth, I think. So
I think it was like the punishment for distributing it is like less than that of like, I don't know. It's like something I don't remember.
That is even more incriminating.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, it's so sus. Like,
yeah.
What? I mean,
well, and we already know that the government is guilty of inputting drugs in communities. It's like been literally like
because it's either the government's involved in trying to kill citizens with drugs, or there's a serial killer.
One serial killer.
Or multiple serial killers. Like, if you're out there putting fentanyl in your drugs, killing people, whether or not that's the normal violent way of killing people, serially killing people. You're a serial killer.
Well, then there would have to be multiple serial killers because there's deaths happening all over the fucking country.
Yeah,
it's fucking terrible, dude. Do you remember? We listen to a Sword and Scale about the Advil killer?
Yeah, he was like switching out Advil bottle, like putting.
I don't remember what he put in there, but
I don't remember.
What's the thing that the spies use? Cyanide.
Oh, cyanide pills. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, fucking cyanide in the Advil. But yeah, I just don't. I mean, lacing drugs in general is just like what, and fentanyl, like the lethal dose is like the size of like that little teeny tiny little jewel on my.
So small.
Literally, you need almost nothing to die. So why are they? I just don't understand. There has to be. It makes you think like, what's actually going on, because this literally makes no sense.
This makes make the math. The math isn't mathing.
The math ain't mathing. God damn it.
Okay, but like sidebar, imagine, okay, how did we discover drugs? Like what so first humans, because they discovered like shrooms and stuff,
mushrooms, right? I was going to tell you this. I saw in a video that 9,000-year-old cave paintings depict shroom trips.
So there's a theory that human consciousness, like developed from some like apes, developed because some of these apes started eating shrooms, and it just kind of open their brains in a different kind of way, and therefore that's how human consciousness was achieved. Because if you really look at us through history, there wasn't a lot of like ape history, like evolution history. There's not a lot of consciousness there. Like it was a lot of animal instinct happening.
Right, exactly. Just survival.
Yes.
And I think that piggybacking on that, I remember that they said there's is rapidity a word? The rapidness of the development in such a short amount of time insinuated that it was something like that, like drugs.
There was something that happened that created this, like
in a very short amount of time. We evolved so much. A short amount of time, meaning like a million years.
Well, because if you look at how long it took to get to to Homo sapiens, because we started as apes, right? Moved down from the trees, became in every evolution from there. That took millions and millions and millions of years. Humans are very, like, this version of human is very young, very new. Right. But we're doing so much more.
Exactly.
Than millions of years of it. Yeah. But also the earth is dying. So I vote we get less smart and just,
let's devolve.
We shouldn't have taken the shrooms.
No, we shouldn't have. We should have left those mushrooms in the ground, man.
Fuck, man. But like, imagine that's your job. So there were people whose jobs were just to like identify poisonous things in nature.
Ah, yeah.
They would just like go and like, I'm gonna eat this and then write my observations.
So they had to try them, obviously.
Yes. Or they did it on someone else. I don't know.
I hope they didn't do it.
I would imagine that like at that point they weren't like that.
I completely agree.
That started very
early. Sadistic.
This started super, super early. This was before capitalism and everything. Yeah, because we know natural remedies and herbs, and like the humans knew things they could eat for a very long time. So it's like, imagine just like eating the wrong thing. It's like, fuck.
You could eat the wrong thing and have a very strange experience, or you could eat the wrong thing and fucking die.
And just die. And like, that's your last thing. Your last contribution is don't fucking eat this plant right here.
But that is a good contribution.
That's an
You could have saved, however many people. You
saved a lot of humanity. I need you to know, because I'd be out there munching on it right now.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely be pulling things out of the ground and eating them.
But like, yeah, how did people discover, like, you light weed on fire and inhale it and it makes you high?
That's a really good question, because obviously they didn't have lighters. They didn't have anything to actually wood.
Yeah. And I would argue that weed has probably been growing naturally out of the earth for a very long time. It's not a man-made thing.
No, definitely not.
So,
well, and okay, that just made me think of when I was in Colorado. There, we were on a hike, and there's a plant that looks so similar to weed. It has like a nug shape.
Oh, really?
And it has little things that come out of it, the stuff that you trim off.
Yeah.
And we were joking that Arend said it's a poisonous, like a poison ivy. Like if you touch it, it'll give you a rash.
Oh.
So we were joking, like somebody, that hurt somebody somewhere. Most definitely. They thought it was something else, and it was not.
Somebody's been fucked up by that plant before.
Dang, what a fulfilling job that must have been. Fulfilling role to be.
I would wholeheartedly
searching for stuff that might kill people.
I would opt out of it.
Well, yeah,
I would die so quick, because like, it's how long. You don't have that much time. Like, how long of a career can you really have dodging death when you're just eating random berries and
you know what? That was the earliest age of like the military. Like, why are you sacrificing yourself?
Stop. We're not worth it.
But
like, let me
I'm
show
sure
you
there
what
are
you
people.
get. You made people like me survive.
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Now we're on a podcast called Two Girls, One Bong. So thanks.
Yeah, so you did that.
Well,
sir.
I mean, wow, honestly, so crazy though. Imagine how that person must have felt. Well, so actually, I was watching a video about the guy who discovered acid. And he was tasked, it was in 1943.
It was a science guy, right?
Yeah, scientist.
All of these science guys making drugs.
Yeah. Well, he was he was supposed to make a new stimulant. I imagine it would have been used. Because how like they gave soldiers meth and stuff in the wars?
Yeah, to keep them up for hours while they
keep them going.
Germans.
Yeah.
Get them Nazis.
Yeah, the Nazis. You will bring me 1,000 Nazi scalps.
That is the only war that I condone.
Oh, yeah.
Fully condone World War II.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gotta
had to
wait.
Do it.
Was it World War One? Was World War II Okinawa?
No, World War One.
No, Okinawa.
World War II was the Holocaust. Okinawa was World War One, I think.
Oh my god, we're the worst, bro.
Okinawa. I think it was because No, but Japan.
Oh no, Hiroshima is where we bombed, right?
Yeah, Hiroshima was World War One.
My brother lived in Okinawa. That's why I said that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hiroshima and Nagasaki were World War One. Yes.
And then we did that, and we were like,
wait! No.
That one happened second.
It did.
Was it the same
yes.
war?
No, yes. It was World War II. That's how we ended it. That's how we devastated Japan. Which is very sad.
So World War One was the Nazis.
No, World War II was the Nazis.
Here we go. World War One, Second War.
Wait, how about the end of World War II, Dev? Give us the end of World War II. How did
go down. Scroll down a little bit down.
You're just gonna be reading the
No, because it gave us allies. It tells us who.
Yeah, no, Japan was on the wrong side both times. The only person who switched was Italy. Italy switched from World War I to World War II.
We're dumb. This is what the Twigs and Berries guy, like him sacrificing his life to make sure I didn't eat something poisonous. I don't even know who was in World War I and World War II, and I'm almost 30.
No, World War I was against Mussolini. Wait, fuck. Maybe Italy was on our side and then switched to World War II. Click on the Wikipedia.
Originating in Europe.
Yes, definitely that. Oh my god. Dev, click on the Wikipedia. I need more detail. So, okay, no, 100% World War II had to have been the bombs because Yeah.
Germany. Yes, that was
Yeah.
World War I.
Germany was always involved. That's why, because World War II was like Germany's like, because they lost in World War, which they also, I mean, lost in World War II also, but they came back and were like, let's fucking show them.
And then Vietnam was just a whole other thing.
That was completely fucking pointless and
Just
literally
us.
served
like,
no purpose.
Like
whatsoever.
Afghanistan all over again.
Yes.
Oh,
well, that's what they say. They compare the two for sure. They definitely
just like
compare
to
the two.
Stick our dicks in the mud
for no fucking reason, literally benefiting no one at all.
Very confusing. Okay. Wonderful. War, drugs. He was trying to create a new stimulant.
Yes, he was supposed to create a new stimulant, and they had like a substance called LSD-25, and he accidentally, they said they don't know if he got it on his skin or possibly in his eye, but he was like, whoa, I'm not okay. Balls. Yeah. And so a few days later, he went back and did it on purpose.
He said,
like, to see what happened. And get this, it was on April 19th. He went on a bike ride with his friend in the city. He was in like Switzerland or Sweden.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, he went on a bike ride, and so they call it Bicycle Day on 4/19.
They're just a day celebrating
in 1943. Yeah. It was pretty funny. But I also saw in that video that they used it, which we know that they tried to use psychedelics for medical reasons. So we can get into that. We can take
it for like trauma and like things like that. And now they're doing that currently, and they're doing it right.
Right. I mean, yeah, I think they definitely tried, and we'll take a break and get on into that.
Yeah.
Psychedelics
we'll be right,
for medical.
Right fucking back. Fucking back.
We're back. Guess who's back?
Back again. I think all drugs should be legal. I do.
I agree to an extent.
Because here's the thing. It's been proven in studies.
Decriminalized.
Yeah. So, yes, decriminalized at the very least. You shouldn't be allowed to just sell heroin.
Right.
That's not a dope thing.
No. That's not a dope thing.
But I do think that there should be facilities in which you can do these things in a clean way. Like, if you're going to choose to do heroin, like, there are places overseas, I don't remember where, but like in one of those progressive countries like Norway or Sweden or whatever.
Yes.
Where they actually have like meth clinics.
Portugal is all drugs are legal up to 1 gram too.
Yeah. So, but they actually give you like clean needles. They give you clean this. They like give you a safe place to administer your drugs and like do your drugs.
I have mixed feelings about that kind of thing, because I feel like making it easier to do drugs, especially heavy drugs like that, like heroin, that nobody, like the people that are functioning on heroin are doing so for a very short period of time.
So the thing is,
that ruins lives and relationships. Here's my thing. And
I understand that, but I don't think anyone's just looking to casually try heroin. I don't think anyone's like, I'll just try it once. If you're on the road of doing drugs like that,
it usually it comes after an opioid addiction, and then you get into the cheaper stuff. It becomes
after something else. Or I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you try heroin once, you become addicted to it.
No, you do. No, that's what they say. It's like it's very difficult to try it once and not do it again because of the fucking euphoria that you feel.
I feel like the people who are going to seek out drugs and do them, whether or not you help facilitate it in a clean way, does not. I don't feel more inspired to try heroin knowing that I have a clean place to do it.
Yeah, I feel you. Me neither. So I get you. That makes sense.
So, but maybe there are some people on the fence about that kind of stuff. But like, if you're on the fence about trying
they're
heroin,
not.
You're probably gonna try heroin.
Yeah, they're not like, oh, I kind of want to try heroin, but I don't want to. What'd you say? Right, exactly. I've been wanting to try it for a while. Now I can do it cleanly.
Perfect.
Whatever.
I guess this is the time. Like maybe there's a couple people like that. Maybe there's a couple people like that. But for the
people that have been spending $60 a pill on Oxy.
Yeah.
That are like, oh, now I can go do cheap heroin in a clean facility.
Great.
Because they thought they were too good for it in the first place.
Yeah. And now you're not.
But I mean, I do feel I get you. It's like that's not going to be recruiting people to do drugs.
Because here's the issue with punishing people for addiction. Like You're punishing an addict. That's like it's a disease. They're
Yes.
literally they have.
It's like punishing a person.
Wrong.
Right. It's literally a disease. So it's like punishing a person with ADD or
like some
whatever.
kind of chronic illness,
with cancer.
Well, I don't like to put addicts and victims of cancer right next to each other. But like
it's an ailment.
It's
an ailment that affects your brain.
I don't think people realize how severe addiction is. Like it is a severe mental and physical disorder.
And how little control that the people that have addiction, struggle with addiction, like they have no control.
Yeah, it's a really
so tying it back. Oh, go ahead.
You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, tying it back to the whole using drugs for medicinal purposes. Mm-hmm. That was one of the big things that they used psychedelics, LSD, and mushrooms for medical purposes, was to fight addiction. Because although we're talking about how it is a disease and it's your brain telling you, there's the way that the psychedelics work in our brains is they allow our brains to, basically they were saying that there's parts of the brain that never talk to each other because there's like these,
so it opens new pathways basically between the brain for communication.
Exactly. So there's like, they say that with psychedelics there is a self-talk regulator basically that goes through all of our thoughts and is like a filter for our ridiculousness, but also a limit for our thoughts, and it limits us, but it also it's our like I said, regulator, so it keeps you from
it's like a rationality kind of thing
exactly
too.
But in the way that the ego works, it's also very limiting. So the psychedelics deactivate that part of your brain.
So
the other parts of your brain are able to like talk to each other. The guy was saying like the oral or audio part of your brain can speak to the visual part of your brain now, and now you're seeing music. Because before, your self-talk regulator thing would be like, no, those are separate. They don't talk to each other.
Things. Yes. Okay.
So that's the addiction thing. Like I said, they said they had a 50% success rate in fighting alcoholism in the first, like in the 40s when they discovered LSD. And then they also,
that's insane. No, because alcoholism is one of the biggest bounce backers. Like people fall back into alcoholism all the time because it's illegal.
It's so readily available to us.
Yeah.
Which is so fucking
Well,
crazy.
it's a socially acceptable thing. That's the bigger thing. I feel like if alcohol was illegal, people will still find a way, speakeasies, whatever, people were doing that regardless. But it's a sexy thing. It's socially acceptable. It's a fun thing. It's something that society deems okay. So that's but like people do just as much damage with alcohol as they do with Xanax or with
drugs, any drugs.
I don't heroin is really insane for me. Like you can really just die the first time you ever try it. But that's crazy. Yeah. I do believe, I don't know how much I would love to hear more or like learn more about like how those trials went with addicts, just because of like just not even necessarily alcohol, addicts, but like if you're addicted to cocaine or crack or whatever, like to see if opening those new pathways, because like I feel like that's one of the best ways to help an addict is to teach them a new way to think.
So that's what they basically were like, psychedelics helped people break free of a stuck brain.
Yeah, like a cycle.
Your brain is exactly. So I wrote down, the guy said, I can't get through the day without a cigarette. So your brain tells you that every day when you're addicted to cigarettes. Your brain's like, no, we can't go this long without one. I have to have one. I have to have one. But the psychedelics help you break that cycle of I need to do this, I need to do that.
Wow. No, and that's very interesting. I wish I could enjoy psychedelics more. It's this thing that's happened as I age, like the things that I can enjoy get less and less. I can't even properly enjoy alcohol the way I used to. Yeah. Because I have such crippling anxiety.
Yeah. Well, our bodies are changing too. Your body is changing and it's not, the same, which is good. It's exactly what we're supposed to do. And I'm happy that I'm not able to do drugs the same way.
Do you remember? So she and I went to a festival once. We went to Hard Summer.
Yeah, I remember.
The only festival I've ever gone to. Yeah. The only one I will ever go to. I hated it. But we did so many drugs that weekend. And so basically all of my serotonin had dumped.
Yeah. Completely depleted.
Literally. And so like I was having mental breakdowns for like 2 weeks at work after that.
Dude, okay. So I literally was just, because It used to be one day for me. It used to be one day. God, I remember the Coachella after my mom died. Ooh, the next day, I was sobbing in the shower for like a full hour. Like a full, just like so sad, which obviously it's a sad thing. Yes, my mom's dead. Very sad. But also like, it's not something that, makes me cry in the shower
for an hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something that makes you
cry.
really
I cry
fucked up
plenty.
all day, like you're just going to be sad all fucking day.
Exactly.
But, like,
but it used to only be like one day for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized when we were at Angela's wedding last week, I was crying the whole fucking time.
Yes.
And I was like, what is wrong with me? I already had my period. I was drinking. So that always, you're a drunk crier too.
I know, but I held it like stone cold.
No, yeah, I mean, not at the wedding, but in general,
but,
you do
I
cry.
drunk cry. I cry all the time in general.
Yeah.
And so
exactly.
I drunk cry all the time.
Right. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then I realized like, oh, I did 3 days of drugs. That's what happened.
That's right.
I'm totally back to normal now, but oh my God, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Bro, that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of people, like when you're young, you don't really think about the fact that like you're setting yourself up for mental failure after you do drugs.
By
just depleting your brain of the natural shit that it needs, because when you do those drugs like ecstasy and Molly, your serotonin, it's like a big bucket, and they usually go like bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah.
They go and it's like a waterfall, all right, and it's all of it, and that's why you're having such a good time.
Yes, that's why it's so fucking fun.
But that doesn't just bounce back the next day. It takes a little while to rebuild that
especially when you get older.
Yes, when you have like really anxious things all over you all the time.
Yeah.
My God.
Definitely. Yeah. Drugs are not good. I definitely don't. That was my first time rolling in like since the beginning of COVID. At the beginning of COVID, there was like one of those, you know how they were doing all the shows on TV?
Yeah.
Like the concerts, the virtual concerts or whatever. Yeah. So I watched like a virtual rave and took like a quarter of a fucking ecstasy pill. And that was the last time that I did that. That was like early 2020.
How was that?
It was fine. I was totally fine. I definitely didn't have like a really bad come down. It was like barely anything at all. It was perfect. I slept that night. It was great.
Oh my God. LOL. The last time I did acid, I got that appreciation for the Doja Cat song.
Yes.
But also, I didn't sleep the entire night. My chest was tight. My heart was beating in my neck. And the next day, I couldn't do anything except turn on my twinkle lights and watch Drag Race for like 14 hours in bed and eat sushi. Completely incapacitated. I could not do anything. Like, my anxiety was crippling. And that's when I decided, well, I can't do drugs anymore.
Right. Dude, but you know what? That's what I actually was going to say this earlier when we were talking about Xanax. The anxiety thing, I took not one time, it's been a few times that I was very, very anxious for no reason. There was no significant anything. And I took the tiniest little piece, maybe like a half of a quarter of Xanax. And I felt so much better. I was not like that made me like, oh, okay, this stuff really does work.
Yeah.
For those things.
It doesn't have to be a good time. You can take a little bit and make it do its real job.
Right, exactly. Well,
yeah. I've been taking CBD.
Oh. What'd you say?
Did you want to take a break?
I don't care.
Well, let me tell you about my CBD journey. I've been taking CBD. And while I still have crippling anxiety, I don't feel it in my chest, which is a huge thing for me, because I still I do have less anxiety in general, but my biggest thing was just the way that it felt in my body when I had it. Like, I have an actual physical reaction to my anxiety.
The physical. Right.
It's the worst fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
But
anxiety in the body that's like when you're like, oh God.
It's like I can just feel my heart rate, and I'm like, no. Because I hate it when I can't figure out why I'm having anxiety.
Yes, which I feel like is most of the time when I have anxiety. I mean, sometimes you can be like, oh, I have anxiety about this situation.
Yes,
but that makes me think like I feel like those are two separate things in my head. Like, I'm anxious about this versus like, I have anxiety right now about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you can pinpoint something, it makes it so much easier to deal with.
Yes,
because
like, then you can rationalize and be like, okay, I'm going to do this and this and this, and I can't do this.
And it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And then whatever that is going to end and whatever.
But then drugs take away that, because you wake up the next day like worried about like, what did I say something stupid? Did I do something stupid? We're going through every single event of the night.
Right. Oh my God. Water sign things also.
I hate it. Well, let's take a little breaky, Anna. We'll be right back. I hope you guys haven't pooped your pants yet today.
I hope that too. So I'm going pee. Could you tell I had to pee?
No.
MacDizzle's taking a dab right now for those of you who aren't watching.
Yeah, I'm fucking dabbing.
You better not mute your mic after you're done. We want to hear that iconic MacDizzle cough. That's how it goes. Oh, I forgot that thing beeps. Very nice. I see you've been using the shit out of it. No, it's good. Oh my God, what temp was that?
500.
Nice. That was a nice, pretty cloud, but not too big, not too thick. Very nice. Look at her go. Well, shit. Dang, drugs. Okay, can I tell you something funny too this whole time? Yes. Well, it didn't even really. Adam has told me this story a bunch of times how he went to see Mac Miller, and one of the presets that the DJ was using was a sound that went drugs, 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 drugs. And so literally every time I hear the word drugs, it pops up in my head. I'm like, I didn't even hear that with my own ears, but drugs, drugs, drugs,
LOL.
drugs, drugs. Now, for all of you listening, you're welcome. Drugs, 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 drugs.
Sorry, I'll be back to conversate in a moment. I'm dying.
There's that iconic MacDizzle cough.
Oh my God.
Well. Drugs, drugs, drugs.
LOL. Okay, so what's like maybe a drug you haven't tried that you could see yourself trying maybe one day? Or have you already done them all?
All the ones that I want to try.
Yeah. Because I feel like you should try them young, right? Or old.
Yeah.
Or you're more likely to die, right?
When you're young?
When you're old. Try drugs.
Dude, no, but I've like heard of like, I mean, I don't know. I've heard of like people in like their 60s still doing drugs.
Well, like, but they do like acid and shrooms, like fun stuff.
No, there's definitely old people who will do Molly and Coke. Definitely.
That's so fucking true. That couldn't be me.
Honestly, and that's something I've learned as an adult, and I feel like we've definitely probably talked about this before. Everyone does cocaine. Every party that you go to, there is someone doing cocaine.
I think that's because we're from Los Angeles.
No, in general.
Have you gone to parties in Texas?
No, no, but I have gone to bars. So
is that like a prevalent thing out there?
People do coke here. Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. I think but you're right. Like in certain regions, like certain drugs are popular.
Yeah.
Like Atlanta, there's that big rapper presence. So the lean and
yeah.
Whatever.
Dude, that's how Fredo Santana died.
There was yes.
That's
poor Fredo Santana. I mean, let's not mention Lil Peep.
Yeah.
Mac Miller died from fentanyl.
But I'm saying they specifically did lean.
Yeah. Lean, yeah.
Fuck, dude.
I mean, Lil Wayne had a gnarly. I think he had
seizures or something
continuously.
Right?
When I was a senior in high school, he had a bad seizure where they thought he was gonna die. I don't think he does it anymore. I think he's been like sober since then. Because they were like, he's probably not gonna make it.
You're gonna fucking die, dude.
Yeah. That's something that we can all learn from consistent drug use.
You're probably gonna die. Unless it's weed.
There's only a couple ways that it can end. And death is the biggest one.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? One drug that I've never tried before that I actually would like to try, that I just like to know how it feels, is ketamine. But it scares me.
The only one that I would try, like maybe like peyote or like ayahuasca.
So, okay, yes, that's what I was going to say too. Yeah. But that's definitely when we get older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I actually address my trauma, you know,
in like 50 years.
Yeah. In like 100 years.
I definitely would do one of those. I mean, that's like, those are obviously very intense, but I think
I just need to have a better head on my shoulders before I do all that.
I agree. Same. Definitely. I need to be more mature.
I'm mentally unwell.
Kidding, but not.
The last time I did shrooms, I cried for 5 hours straight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Last time I did shrooms, I shit next to a river.
You did. I was there.
Wait, so MacDizzle was she was
the
our
babysitter because I can't do shrooms for fun now.
yeah. What's it called when you like a trip master, trip something? I don't know.
Guide?
That was MacDizzle.
Trip guide.
Dev said LOL because Dev and I are in the back of the line of people walking into this it was a beautiful little, more of a walk than a hike, but hiking through, nature or whatever. Dev and I were in the back having a wonderful time. But I told her, I don't know, did I tell you that I needed to pee or that I needed to poop, Dev? I think it might have been I need to pee at first, and then I was like, I think I need to poop. Because I know that because she gave me a wipe. Yeah.
She said you need to shit.
Yes. So I had told her like, okay, I need to go. And so we found this she found me a little spot, almost like a hallway, reeds on both sides. It was a little hallway down to the water. And I pooped right there. And later on, when we got back to the house, Arend ran into the room that I was in and said, "You shit in the river?"
Did you shit in the river?
No, I just shit next to it.
Well, it's gonna get in there eventually. You tainted the river now.
No. Animals shit in there all the time.
Yeah, but that's animal poop, not Joya shroom poop.
All the little fish in there are like, wow. They're like, you ate some bad shit, man. Oh, but that was fucking amazing though. That little bit.
That was fun. We got to drive around in my car with the top off. You guys got to enjoy the stars.
Everyone I go to my man,
there she is.
And then when I go to my man, you can meet my parents.
That was the playlist of the night. It was a litany. For those of you who don't know,
these 3 litany songs.
Yeah, 3 of them. No, it was like more than 3.
That. No, yeah, it was like a little project or whatever.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Well. Anyway, that was fun.
Great fucking times.
Yeah, as was this episode. So
it's always good times with you, Joya.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I love you.
I fucking love you.
God, I love you so much.
Can you get some cute headphones? I want you to be adorable.
Why don't you come to my house, because you haven't been here since February, and rhinestone me some?
I don't think you want me to do that because mine looks really bad. And I have the same headphones that you did.
No. But from my perspective, and I'm pretty sure from everybody watching's perspective, they looked great.
I'll just bring you mine.
Oh, there we go.
Why would I put in more effort?
Yours.
Yeah.
But I should get some. I want to get some better ones anyway. These are like cheap. So
I want you to set up a cute studio. Like, I want lights. I want action. I want things. Yeah.
Lights, camera, action.
I want all of those things.
Yeah. Well, I have way more room in my new house, so I'm definitely be able to do that. Me too.
I'm so excited.
I'm gonna take a THC. This is my first THC bong. If the rest of them were CBD.
She was lying to you. She's a fraud.
I never lied. I never said anything about it. Omission is not lying.
I have a bowl packed. Omission is not lying. Well, it's half truthy, and that's not good.
That was fat.
Whoa. That was fat.
I am fat. You know why? I'll show you why.
Not us weighing the same amount and me calling you fat.
I actually think I might be a little more than you. No.
Yeah. Well, you're also like a good 2-3 inches taller than me.
Yeah, so it would make sense for me to be a little bit more.
It would make sense.
Well, do you want to take? You said you have a bong pack. Do you want to take one together? Hang on.
I would love to do that with you.
Can we make this a thing, like always in every episode? And then everybody else can take one with us as well.
Everyone, pack your stuff. If you're driving in your car, I cannot encourage you to do that.
I encourage you next time you're driving to pack it before you drive and then have it ready.
Well, are we encouraging them to smoke and drive?
Yes. This is the drugs episode.
She had no
just kidding, but
there.
I am just saying that it's not that hard.
For some people, I feel like when I first started smoking weed, if I tried to drive, I actually do know I would stop at stop signs as if there were like red lights.
Wait, because you were high, not because you were actually smoking?
Because I was stoned. It was because I was stoned. I would sit there and I'd be like, is it going to turn green? Like, that happened more than
that.
That
is some good shit you were smoking.
That's what I was saying. Like, I just think when you first start smoking, like, you're just not ready.
No, definitely. I agree.
I
mean, I don't think I smoked and drove for a couple years.
I have an insanely high tolerance before
Actually,
I ever...
now that I think about it, I feel like I did. Am I the
reckless.
drama? I don't think I'm the drama. No, but I think I actually did because I definitely, well, you know what though? I never smoked in my very first car ever. The first time I smoked in my car was in the second car that I had. So maybe I didn't. Smoking and driving is definitely intense when you don't
you can also get a DUI. Let's be very clear. You can get a DUI.
But that's not because it does the same thing as alcohol though.
For some people it might. We're not encouraging you to smoke and drive, but we love you. Pack a bowl if you're at home.
Pack a bowl if you're at home. Don't pack
if you're at work, I also get fired. I don't care if you get fired. I just don't want you to hurt yourself or anybody else.
Yeah. But also, when they say that it impairs your driving, it is nothing compared to alcohol. The cops fucking say, they're like, your reaction time is so slow. That is true to a certain extent, but not the same as alcohol. Okay. I am not encouraging it, but I am disputing what the fucking police say. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. Cheers, my friend, MacDizzle.
Cheers. Cheers to all our friends watching.
Cheers to you, bitches. Dang, you know what's kind of frustrating? I don't know whose rip was bigger because I felt like mine was. But then I look at yours and I'm like, wow, it could just be the computer screen, you know? If you can't tell, I really enjoy having a fatter bong than MacDizzle.
Yeah, she does.
That's because for like 4 years of our relationship, every single time, hers was bigger than mine.
I'm so competitive. And also,
you're so competitive. You made me this way.
Like I was an animal back in the day when it came to our challenges.
Well, that's because you had to put the team on your back also. You made it happen for the show.
I try to think about doing that now in my age. At the age of 28, almost 29, I don't think I could do it. I couldn't. I literally could not.
Okay, wait though. Oh, you're turning 29 next month.
Yes.
Next year, we should recreate our 23 dabs for 23 years old, and we should do 30 dabs. I feel like that would be...
That's a lot of fucking dabs, sis.
I know. Speaking of us literally like not being able to do the same things that we used to be able to do, but I feel like that would be gnarly. Comment if you want to see us take 30 dabs for MacDizzle's 30th birthday next year.
We split them usually.
Total.
Yeah, because how did it break down last time that I did?
It was 12 and 11.
Okay.
You took 12, I took 11.
I made you put in that work.
I absolutely... That was one of the days. You know what day that was, I think?
You melted the nail.
Yes, it was.
Wait,
yes, it was. 100% it was that day. But
it.
I was gonna say the one where we fell asleep on your couch.
We got like Buffalo Wild Wings or something, and then we just like passed out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got B-dubs, and then I woke up on your couch at like 10 p.m. It was definitely like late. Like it was hours before that we had been filming. What good times. We also
ate edibles before that.
Yes.
It was the Chiba Chew, the big caramel one. You hated it.
I still hate Chiba Chews. Those are not for the faint of heart, dude. And
bruh, those things...
I'll put myself in that category because
they'll knock you on your ass.
They are fucking gnarly as fuck. Shout out to you if you can take Chiba Chews. You're amazing.
Well, the old ones used to be like 1,000 milligrams, like no joke, because it was unregulated shit. It was like what, 2018?
Yeah.
Earlier, 2017,
yes.
16.
We met in 15.
So it was I need you to know, we should just do a whole cannabis industry episode where we just talk about like how much it's changed, because this shit
Yeah.
used to be the wild fucking west out here, dude.
Period.
The
It was
wild,
fucking
but like
crazy.
you would buy an edible and it could be like 5,000 milligrams. You're like,
Or it could be like 5.
yeah, you had
And then
no
you wouldn't
idea.
feel shit. You wouldn't do anything.
Bro.
That's so fucking
And
funny.
they just
Oh
sold
my
them
God.
all at the dispensary, though. That's what's crazy, is because the
Yeah.
dispensaries were all like bootleg, like you didn't need a med card. There was nothing
Yeah,
legalized.
you did.
Well,
You
yeah,
needed a
actually, you
med
did need a med
card.
card. You needed a med
Yeah.
card, but you could also find the ones that didn't when you went to like.
And, well, and you also, all you had to say was, I have trouble sleeping.
yeah, literally.
Or
You could get them through your phone. We did an advertisement.
It used to have to be, yes. Then that was only like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So if we're talking like, freaking
I had to
when
go
we
to a
met.
doctor's office.
Yep, you had
get
to go
mine.
into the doctor's office.
But it was
My
so
very
easy.
first one, though, I didn't even meet with a doctor in real life. In a doctor's office, I met with him on Skype, and there was a security guard
Yeah.
sitting there.
Yeah.
So just so like, what the fuck, bootleg?
When I went in, I'm
Wait,
just gonna say
we
this.
need. I was gonna say
we
we
need
needed. We definitely are gonna get into that sometime. Wow!
All right.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode or watching this episode wherever you are.
Well, however you're doing it, we really appreciate you guys sticking with us through all the time. If you, I doubt that you've just found us, but if you did, hi, welcome. We love you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
you're
all those
amazing.
things. Yes, you are.
We have so much content all over the internet. Just type in 2 Girls 1 Bong and you'll find a bounty of it.
And I'm scared for you. Whatever you do find, let us know. Because whoa, that's a big. There's a whole lot. We got lots of years of
much
stuff for you guys.
But for those of you listening, you can watch us on WeedTube. For those of you on WeedTube right now watching, we appreciate you. Please drop a comment. We will respond to them because we fucking love you guys. I got a little behind on responding to some comments on a couple of the last videos, but I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna respond to everybody. So if you haven't received a response yet, I will. I will get on it.
We're in there, guys. So thank you so much for supporting us and supporting the podcast. We live and we breathe and we die.
This is like my favorite day of the week because we get to podcast.
Yes, I completely agree. Wonderful. It's just great stuff. I love you.
I love you. All right.
I love you. I love you guys.
We love you guys so much. Have a great fucking day, night, morning.
Everything. Month, week, month,
you
year.
Deserve that.
Decade.
You deserve that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
I love you. I'm gonna give them puppy kisses at the end of every episode. That's how I kiss my dog. For those of you who don't know the context.
Have you ever seen affection before? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, you received it through the microphone.
Yeah, you're welcome. Right. Love you guys. Mwah.